10th Annual Chess Champions of Siberia Tournament of Champions. We have Michael Gorgich and Smith Weissenhausen, and they are competing for the title of Champion of Chess. Indeed, we've been having this championship for at least 5 years now, and no one will ever forget the first year where we had the most epic competition ever, and what we have now here is the title and the award, which is a free entry into the Siberian food court. So let's get back to it. We see that the game has started. There are pawns on the field. The game is very exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the fight of the century, of the decade perhaps. We have gone through several elimination rounds, and these two have not had any sleep for the past 72 hours. Indeed, when I interviewed some of them earlier today, Gorgich was stating to me that he had played chess his entire life, and even in his dreams he plays chess. So for him, this is a dream for him. He can actually compete and win that title. He said he has always wanted to go to the Siberian food court, and we'll see today if he will fulfill those dreams. As you can see, a few of the pieces have been taken. You have to admire their speed, ladies and gentlemen, of how fast they can move those pieces. You can see Gorgich is a little bit nervous. He's tapping that piece over there on the right. Perhaps he's not entirely sure how to face this new opponent. The pawns are now making their move towards the center, and the knight now has to move back of retreat. Pawns are making their advance still on the white team. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you that we are sponsored today by Dark's Fire Safety Incorporated and also Opa's Aquaman Endorse Agency. Also brought to you by the Texas for Jaeger Corporation. Alright, now back to the game. Looks like the black team is now trying to keep up a stable defense against the white team, and perhaps now the white team under Weissenhausen is rethinking his strategy of how he can approach this competition, this specific match. The crowd is getting ecstatic in the background. We may have to get people to control that crowd. Oh, look at this. You see it? That was a triple sidewinder by the bishop going right and left. Ladies and gentlemen, I have not seen a move like that, perhaps in the last 2 years. This is quite a match, ladies and gentlemen. If you'll notice that there is the white knight in the center of the board, and also there is the black knight on the farther side of the board. Oh, and the pawn just took that pawn right there. That was a very quick move by Gorgich. Very good, very good. You can see that he is a little bit nervous, perhaps. He is shuffling that that pawn between his fingers there, if you notice that. That is also a classic technique to distract the opponent, though. And it looks like he just took a piece. I didn't see what it was, so he took something. And there is the knight moving to the right, yes. There's no telling with this level of players, ladies and gentlemen. There is no telling. There is just no telling the lengths that they will go to psych out their opponent. The level of concentration it takes is amazing. You know, in the minds of these two incredible chess players, that there is a war going on. We cannot see it, but there is a war going on. Both players now readjust their bodies. You see Team White with Weissenhausen is now slouched. Gorgich is now straight posture. Perhaps he is confident. We will see what he plans next. Let's watch. As the game goes on, it does take a little bit more thought trying to think about where you want to put your different pieces. After all, this is a championship for the Siberian Food Court. This is the 10th annual, or was it 5th annual? One of those annuals chess championship, and the prize this year is a one-way. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that was very fast? It looked like he took his knight with the pawn, and then the pawn was taken by that bishop. Ladies and gentlemen, this is great. And that bishop was taken back, then that bishop is over there. Oh, that was very fast, ladies and gentlemen. I could barely see what happened. If we can get an instant replay, maybe not. Oh. And then a couple other pieces moved. And then you have the knight. This is for the entry into the Siberian food court. A lot is at stake here in this game. And he moves the queen. Moves the queen. And the pawn moves forward. And taken by the white. This game is getting close. Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching the limits. Oh, and he just took a pawn with a bishop. There is no telling what these gentlemen will do. This is absolutely amazing. And then the white knight moves forward. And now the rook. The rook is a very powerful piece. And now he takes a bishop with the knight. There is no telling what these people will do. Oh, right. And then the knight taken by the black knight. And the queen moves forward. The white king protected by the pawn and the bishop to the rear. For Team Black, the king is also opposing the white king on the opposite side with the rook and a pawn. And now he moves his rook to the left. That's Team Black. Alright. And it looks like there is continual shifting. There is no telling what's happening. Oh, he just took a pawn. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Black is now running out of pieces. We have 4, 5. We have, if I'm counting correctly, we have 7 white pieces. And we also have 7 black pieces. It is an even game. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone can take this right now, and the title of chess champion and the person that gets to go to the Siberian food court is at stake. We will see who wins here, Gorgich or Volkenhausen. There is a bald man on the corner of the screen. That is actually the coach. And alright, the rook moves forward and takes a piece for the black team. And now what comes on next? It's the queen, the white queen. This is a very dangerous piece. It can move anywhere across the board. If you're not familiar with the game, it can move anywhere across the board, no matter what color, no matter what direction, no matter how many spaces. It's a powerful piece, but therefore it's up to you if you want to save it or if you want to use it aggressively to destroy the opponent's armies. Let's see what Gorgich does. Let's see what Volkenhausen does. Once again, oh, there we go. Queen moves forward. I will mention is that we are wanting to mention our sponsors. It is Puppy Chow and also the Dark Texas Instruments of Jaeger Fire Incorporated. Very good. It looks like we are making progress. Black team seems to be consolidating their pieces on the board. Not sure what white team has planned. And there goes the black rook. Going in deep into enemy territory. And then the white pawn moves forward closer to the black end territory. And then time is up. Time is up. Oh, and there we go. We are taking... Oh, and another piece taken there. This is very fast. Ladies and gentlemen, if you cannot tell what's going on, I can't really tell either, but it looks like pieces are moving back and forth and pieces getting destroyed. There goes the white king, and there goes the black king going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, this is intense, and there goes another white pawn. What's going to happen next? We'll see. And he moves forward, and then back, and then forward again. Alright, and there goes the queen. And there goes the king. There goes the queen again. And there goes the rook. There goes the queen. And there goes the king once again, trying to move, consolidate, and defend himself. Trying to lure the white team into a trap, perhaps. The king moving forward, and then the knight coming back. What is going to happen next? What will happen next? And then the king, no, the queen. Queen forward, king back. And then the king is advancing with his pawn army towards the black side. What will happen next? He is moving the king forward. The king is moving towards the black side. White king going to black team. And we will see... Oh, and there goes the queen on the white side. And the king trying to defend himself with the pawns. And then the white queen goes back. Gentlemen, there's no telling what's going to happen. Oh, what? Queen forward. Knight forward. Queen, move the king. And the king move forward. It looks like the queen is going in for the kill right now. We will see what the black king will do. And it looks like the rook is going to try to protect the king. We will see exactly what happens next. And the white king moves forward. Ooh, and it looks like pretty tight. The rook protecting. And we have the queen moving back. It's very tight. Looks like the black king has moved into the corner of the board. And it looks like I have no idea who won that game. But it seems like somebody won. They shook hands. That usually means that somebody won. Thank you. And now a word from our sponsors.